Hello guys, welcome to the August version of Matrix Weekend. We're going to be starting in just a second. We're waiting for a few more players to hop into the game. Just to let you guys know, this is going to be a battle royale with the idea being that it's going to be a best of 30. So we're going to be playing 30 games, and whoever has the most wins, Firestorm, will be the winner. So that's what we're going for. We're going to be starting in a couple more minutes. We're just waiting for a couple more people to join. Normally I'm a little bit unbiased when I commentate, but Battle Royale, you know, it's all good fun. So I'm just going to say that right now that pretty much expecting Firestorm to just 30-0 everybody. And it's probably how it's going to be, if I'm being completely honest. But because it's a Battle Royale format, hopefully we're going to see the players have a little bit more fun with this. Looking to see some cool builds coming out. Maybe some God spins. All sorts of interesting stuff. We're going to start in 1 minute. Players are warming up right now. See Firestorm's in the chat. See Pokemon fans also in the chat. Looks like the chat is mostly just players who are in the tournament, so that's a little interesting. Looks like Eddie will be there too. Eddie's a strong player. Maybe it won't be 30-0 after all. Alright, we're gonna get started. Let me just change the scene here and then I'll let the players know, although apparently they're all watching the stream, so maybe they already know. And just like that, we're in it. So we have Firestorm blazing off at 3.5 pieces per second as usual. Can I get this thing off the screen? I can. Eddie, you know, he's gonna have to make up for it with some excellent use of T-spins and efficiency because really Firestorm's just gonna outspeed everyone. We got everyone else below 2 pieces per second, so really it's 1v1 between Eddie and Firestorm with some other people who are just kind of around. And that's how these things go. It looks like Eddie is out at 5th place this time. And that's just how free-for-alls go sometimes. And right now we're pretty much just watching Firestorm APM it up. He's got a nice, what is this, 7-2 stack going on, and is maintaining his back-to-back bonus. I'm ready to see a huge line sent. Yeah, 155 lines sent. Everyone else is 50 or less. Insane APM coming out from Firestorm. Goes for a perfect clear, gets it there. Eddie also does a perfect clear, and it luckily gets sent to Firestorm. He almost tops out there with a lot of garbage getting sent, but he's been able to cancel it, luckily. Looking back over at Eddie, he seems to have a lot of garbage set up. Unfortunately, Shinx is out of 7th already. Looks like Hans Sane is sent to the top of his screen, but he has a lot of clean garbage, so hopefully he'll be able to get through this. Firestorm has a little bit of a questionable setup, but he gets through it super fast, as he tends to do. How's everyone doing in the chat? I think everyone in the chat is actually playing in the Battle Royale, so I have no one to talk to. I'll just continue talking to myself, it's no problem. Eddie's sending a decent amount of APM there. Turns it into quite the downstack combo. And as expected, we have the 1v1 against Firestorm and Eddie now. Could have maybe gone for a 4-wide there if Firestorm felt like it, but either he didn't want to based on the screen state, or he's just too cool for 4-wides, as, you know, I would respect that. Of course, right as I say that, he goes for a center 4-wide, possibly the lamest of them all, but we're okay with that. Super T-spin double set up by Firestorm. It's a pretty high APM attack to go for. But Eddie has a lot of clean attacks coming to both cancel that out and send some lines of his own. Although Firestorm's screen is very clean and he's gonna take the next win there. So it's 2-0 to 0 to 0 to 0 to 0 to 0 to 0. And Firestorm's reign of terror continues. It is up to the players to start the next match, so they should go ahead and do so. There you go. A TKI opening, kind of, coming out from Firestorm. Whereas Eddie has a pretty normal like 5-4 stack going on, but it looks like he misdropped a little bit and he had to clean that up. The misdrops won't matter too much in the early stages of these battle royales, just because neither of these players will feel super threatened by the other ones in the battle royale. It looks like 2 of the other players kind of rage quit this round, but you know, that's just how battle royales go. They're taking after the Fortnite example where people rage quit all the time, so I think it's in the spirit of the event, you know? Firestorm chatting with me in the chat while he plays. What a savage. Going for a side 4 wide now, he's gonna have to bail out of it a little early, and actually Eddie takes a win. High APM starts from pretty much everyone involved. There's really not much else to do in the beginning. Seer bot of Flat Earth seemed to go for a perfect clear there. Unfortunately, didn't have the right pieces, so he had to bail out, and now he just has a lot of clean garbage to get through. Hansen has an unfortunately messy screen here. He's going to have to clear that real quick, otherwise he's going to get topped out in the next few seconds or so. He has that S-spin, that's pretty good. Maybe he can get out, but with this garbage, it's probably gonna... might be the end of him right here, right? Yeah, so he's going to be out in 6th. Sierra Flat Earth now getting pushed up towards the top, but he has some clean garbage, so I think he'll be able to get through this pretty well. Unfortunately, Eddie out of 5th. He had a misdrap that he wasn't able to deal with in time. Firestorm seems to be cruising through this round. Really hasn't had any threats so far to him in this one. And with the final 3 here, looks like he's just going to APM his way to this victory, most likely. Shink's doing his best to counter some of this, but it's not going to be enough. And it's 3-1 to 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And the battle royale continues. Flaming Shuriken getting a perfect clear there. Firestorm also getting a perfect clear. Seems like that's the way to go right now. Sirebot of Flat Earth has seemed to have given up. Unfortunate. Rip that guy. Shinx also has a misdrop that he is desperately trying to clean up. We'll see if he's able to get there in time. Able to get through some clean garbage. And with that Tetris, I think he might be in the clear. Eddie unfortunately gets 7th this round. And just as I say that, Shinx takes a fat spike from Firestorm and gets knocked out just like that. Looks like Hansen is fighting for his life, but he also tops out. And now we have the 1v1 Firestorm versus Flaming Shuriken. It looks like one fire is hotter than the other. I just realized that Firestorm's screen is cut off. That is very unprofessional of me. I apologize. How to fix though? We can just do it this way. I don't care if the URL's in the screen. At least we can see everyone's screen now, you know? My apologies for that. We have the 1v1 Eddie versus Firestorm. Eddie doing his best to cancel as much as possible of this onslaught. Firestorm had a little bit of messy garbage, but he got through it real quick. Eddie now does a quick downstack combo. He sends a little bit of messy garbage to Firestorm's side, and Firestorm somehow had an ST stack there for a little bit. Not really sure how that happened. Now going into a fractal. And continues the back-to-back. This is a really strong efficiency from Firestorm, and Eddie doesn't have the right pieces to downstack right there. And just like that, Firestorm takes that next round and starts the next one with a perfect clear. Will he get the second one? He does. Do I see a third? Do I see it? No, no third. He got I think he got garbage line sent to him. I didn't quite see it actually. A lot of clean garbage on Hans' screen. Shink's already out at 6th, unfortunately. Looks like someone left. I think the dude Flat Earth in the last part of his name. I forget. It was like, did Dyer of Flat Earth or something? So he left, so there goes that guy. And 30 games continues. If someone gets over 15, do we just call it or do we play out the rest of the 15 matches? You know what? I think we just play it out. Executive decision has been made. We just play it out. A lot of back-to-backs coming out from Firestorm as usual. Pretty good 5-4 stack. And he managed to cancel most of that out, which is pretty good. He has some clean garbage too, so potentially he could do some good attacking here, but unfortunately he's not able to set up anything in time and just gets topped out. And it's another one on the board for Firestorm. He's really only dropped one game so far. Really strong performance by him. Pokemon Fan goes out quick that time. Unfortunate. I believe Pokemon Fan's also in the stream. Hello, Pokemon Fan. You can talk to me in the chat while you wait for this round to be over. And he has some clean garbage right now. I wonder if he's going to try to time when he sends the garbage to try to disrupt Firestorm. Firestorm's pretty close to the top of his screen, but he gets to do that real quick. Rocking is 3.3 pieces per second this game. As usual, much faster than everyone else in the game. And he pushed up towards the top, but he has pretty clean garbage, so if he's able to get to this, then I should be fine. But Firestorm's doing his best to make sure he's not fine, and now some Swiss cheese garbage might spell the end, because I don't know if he'll have time to get to it with no JPs in sight. The score is now 7-1 to 0-0-0-0-0. The 1 is Eddie, and the 7 is Firestorm. And the game continues. It's okay, Pokemon Fan, you're trying your hardest. We've all been there before. Firestorm makes everyone look equally bad, besides like maybe 10 people in the world. That's just how it goes sometimes. There's nothing to be ashamed of. The eyes of a giant, we are all ants. That was an interesting T-spin setup. It was like a T-spin triple setup from Firestorm, but it had only cleared the double because he had like one line of garbage that was incomplete there. Some fancy stuff. Once again, we have the 1v1 between Eddie and Firestorm. A misdrop coming out from Firestorm. Let's see if Eddie's able to capitalize, but already the misdrop's been cleaned up, so unless Eddie attacks right now, it's probably too late. And just like that, Eddie's getting spiked out. He covers up his hole, so that's going to spell doom for him. And it's 8-1 to all zeros. Ah, looks like Hansen is also in the chat. Yeah, that's okay, guys. No worries. Sometimes it be like that. Hansen going for an interesting 4-wide setup. It's not quite a center 4-wide, so you have to be careful about getting topped out here. And this might be the end of Firestorm. He got free-for-alled. Sometimes everyone just sends you lines at the same time. Pokemon Fan with the T-spin triple. So fancy, but unfortunately immediately follows up with a misdrop, so now he's gonna have to try to get through this before anyone notices. Doesn't go for the L-spin there, interestingly. Probably would have helped to clean that up. Maybe he didn't see it in time, or possibly messed up the spin, unsure. Eddie has a little bit of a misdrop here, but if he wants to stay competitive in this Battle Royale, he really needs to take advantage of Firestorm being out right now. Firestorm asking in the chat who sent that spike. It was a combination of like 3 different people, actually. Unlucky timing. Eddie really looking to clean this one up. Hansen really trying to get that eyepiece into place, but even if it had gotten in place, probably wouldn't have been enough. So now we have Eddie versus Flaming Shuriken. Eddie really hoping to clean this one up. He needs to get more on the board if he hopes to stay competitive here. And just like that, he gets his second win. It's now 8-2 to 0-0-0-0-0. And looks like Rutabaga just joined the room. So looking to make some moves in this Battle Royale with a late start. People are allowed to late join, so if you're here in the chat and you're unfortunately wanted to leave or wanted to join but couldn't make it, feel free to still join and take away wins from the other competitors. Rutabaga is a decent player, actually. But unfortunately, speed-wise, Firestorm's just a tier above the rest. So 10 out of our 30 games are over, so the first third of this Battle Royale is now over. And Firestorm has gotten 80% of the wins, with the other 20% going over to Eddie. A nice S-spin there to get out of that situation. Hopefully he's able to get it to the clean garbage. He is. Once again, we have our 1v1 Eddie versus Firestorm. Yeah, third place is pretty much the way to go, unless your name is either Eddie or Firestorm, you know? Anomalous Aberration. See, I would call him Anomalous Aberration because that would clear up things for the viewers, but when there are this few viewers, then I would rather avoid the mouthful and just call him Firestorm. Because I feel like everyone in the chat right now knows who that is, you know? You gotta know your audience. Whoa, a lot of really efficient lines coming out from Firestorm right there. I feel bad for whoever got that spike. A lot of really clean garbage over on Eddie's side right now. He's trying to make it as efficient as possible by also adding the T-spin on top of it. Unfortunately, I had to use a T in his stack, so it didn't come out as quick as he would have liked. Interesting S-piece placement by him there, sort of. Oh wait, that wasn't even Eddie, that was Rutabaga. Oops. I got the names confused for a bit. I was looking at Rutabaga's screen and talking about Eddie. That's unfortunate. A little bit of messy garbage on Firestorm's side, but he's just too fast and is able to clean it up too quickly. And once again, we have the Eddie vs Firestorm 1v1. And whenever it gets to this 1v1 situation, I mean, Eddie's goal is to just slow down Firestorm as much as possible. If he can send over some quick Swiss cheese garbage, then hopefully he can catch Firestorm unawares, and if it takes him a little bit long to clean up that garbage, then that's Eddie's way to win, really. He's not gonna out APM Firestorm, so that has to be... He has to go for something cheesy like that, right? So something that relies on the other person messing up, right? If you already know you're gonna lose by playing legitimately, you have to go for a strategy that requires the other person to mess up. Because then if they don't mess up, you know you were gonna lose anyway, but if they do, then maybe you can like cheese a win off them, right? Eddie being pushed towards the top really early in this game. He wants to get through this quickly, and he's able to actually. Flaming Shuriken taking his time on that, trying to cancel as much garbage as possible as opposed to doing attacks. A Super T-spin double set up by Flaming Shuriken now. See, I feel like Flaming Shuriken's actually like a good player. It's just that when the skill levels are this desperate, it's like everyone else looks the same in comparison to to Firestorm. It's like there's Firestorm, Eddie, and everyone else. And like there is a difference between the other players, it's just that it's all relative, right? So like players who would normally be dominating the field just look the same level as everyone else. And it's just the nature of the game. I mean, Tetris has a really high skill ceiling, you know? We're up to a whopping 9 viewers. And another win for Firestorm. It's now 11-2 to zeros across the board. Rutabaga seems to have left now. He was there for a couple games and decided to leave. Eddie unfortunately pushed towards the top there, and this is going to be clean sailing for Firestorm now, with Eddie out of the picture. Just APMs his way to his 12th victory, I believe. 12-2 to zeros across the board. Perfect clear coming out by Flaming Shuriken. He was going for another one, but maybe a little ambitious with all the garbage headed his way. Oh, unfortunately messes up the T-spin there, but he's going to set up a T-spin on top of it. But now he sort of has so much self-created garbage that it's going to be really awkward for him to try to get through this. maybe a little too ambitious too early on in the free-for-all. It's a free-for-all like that, you want to play super safe in the beginning because you never know when like 3 people might spike you at the same time, you know? A super T-spin double coming out from Firestorm. I want to see more fancy things. Firestorm almost has this guaranteed. Why don't I see more like Godspins and stuff? Let's see some swagging out. We have top 3 now with Hansane and the 2 usual suspects. And Hansane has a huge spike right here. He's going to try to get through it. See if he has the right pieces. Unfortunately, the S isn't what he needed there. And now we have the 1v1 once again. Flaming Shuriken lamenting his greed in the beginning of that game. Yeah, you can really only go for that if you're one of the last few left and you know that they're not going to send you garbage otherwise. It's a little spooky. But I understand the autopilot, you know, because it's useful in pretty much any other format besides a free-for-all. We have Eddie trying to capitalize on the Swiss cheese garbage that he sent to him. Try to cheese him out right now. Unfortunately, Firestorm's already downstacked through all of that and is continuing this relentless onslaught of back-to-backs and now has 13 wins. So that was the halfway point. We have 13-2 to zeros across the board now. And I believe Firestorm is typing to me, probably because I said that he wasn't swagging out enough. I didn't mean it. Alright. I kind of meant it. But in 2 more wins, Firestorm will actually have this guaranteed. But we're still going to play it out anyway. Gotta see who gets second. And by that I mean we gotta see who gets third, because we already know who's going to get second. But once the win is guaranteed, I want to see a cooler show come out from Firestorm, because you know, if he's already guaranteed to win, like you can't win by more, you know. Actually, I wonder if once Firestorm, once you have guaranteed first place, it might be interesting to, I mean, you can keep playing if you want once you get 15 wins, or sorry, 16 wins, but like it might be interesting as a second place idea to not play after 16 wins, right? Because you already have guaranteed first after that. It's up to you. You can do whatever you want. You don't know how to Godspin? Oh my god, how are you supposed to swag out then? Alright guys, we found the one way in which I know more than Firestorm at Tetris. Oh man, too funny. The most useless thing possible. We found it. Oh, a nice T-spin triple there. Eddie has a really clean screen right now. The Jastrus spectator thing does some weird stuff with pushing people off the screen. A little bit of a Jastrus freeze right there. Weird lag. And somehow Eddie comes out on top of that. So 14-3 to zeros across the board once again. Ooh, fancy opening there. It turns it into a fractal at the end as well. Flaming Shuriken has an ambitious opening, but unfortunately the top of that stack was directly over the first garbage that he received, so less than ideal, I would say. Shinx has some garbage he has to deal with there. I wasn't able to do it fast enough. Eddie has a very clean field, looking to send some back-to-backs. Firestorm's field, also clean. Goes for a T-spin triple now, and this will reveal a T-spin double at the end, but he had to bail out because he was too far towards the top of the screen. And 15 wins for Firestorm with one more win. Actually, is it already guaranteed? No, technically it could tie for first. So he needs one more win to guarantee his first place now. At which point it'll just be a battle for second. Ooh, a nice perfect clear that he found right there. We're at Flaming Shuriken, Eddie, and the usual suspects as top 2, and now down to the top 2. Eddie has a little bit of garbage here. He's going to need to get through that really quick if he hopes to make some headway. Good downstacking. He wants to use this to cancel if possible. And congratulations to Firestorm. He has now guaranteed 1 because there's only 30. Looks like he's going to go ahead and continue playing. And now we're looking for the battle for second, and then it might just be a huge tie for third. Depending on what happens here. Side 4 wide coming out from Firestorm. Unfortunate to whoever receives that. Eddie doing his best to secure his second place spot if possible. Firestorm, you can feel free to step out whenever you want at this point. It's up to you, but your first place is guaranteed at this point. But, you know, doesn't matter too much. As once again, we have the Eddie vs. Firestorm battle with a fractal on Firestorm side. That wasn't a strict fractal, but it kind of looked like one, so I called it anyway. Some good back-to-backs there. He's doing a lot of canceling right now. And some misdrops on Eddie's side that he's doing his best to clean up as quickly as possible. Doing a lot of canceling, Firestorm is. He's trying to draw this one out. What a troll. Please end the suffering. This is pretty funny, actually. Shanks is unamused. Eddie continues to bang his head against the wall that is Firestorm. A misdrop coming over from Firestorm. This is the chance. Eddie, this was your chance. No! It's a disaster. No. Alright, the sandbagging continues. Godspin only? Play with crossed hands, maybe. That's a good nerf. I used to do that to my friends in high school. Firestorm has to only use his toes. He has crossed hands. He has to play blindfolded. So, 1v1's taking quite a while. Props to Eddie for, you know, sticking it out. He's trying his heart out. Go Eddie, go. Meanwhile, the other players are speculating on how to nerf Firestorm. I don't think it's gonna happen. It's interesting in this attempt to match Eddie's attacks, he's also sort of matched his speed. If you look at the PPS, it's like closed up quite a bit. And the Reign of Terror continues, 17 to 3 to zeros across the board. And Firestorm has decided that he can now soft drop only. So we'll see how that goes. His soft drop only is 1 piece per second. So if he can win a game with 1 piece per second, I will be Highly impressed. Somehow I feel like it's not really doable, but you know, he's proven me wrong before. Somehow, when the reason why you're better than everyone is because you're a million times faster than them, playing with 1 piece per second, although he's kind of doing it. Maybe his piece placement is just too good. Maybe it doesn't even matter. We're actually 20 games in, so the second third of this Battle Royale is done. Will be the final 10 games now. As Firestorm continues to soft drop only, with his mighty 1.25 pieces per second, proving that speed is not everything. Doing an excellent job of canceling out all incoming garbage, and has still managed to make top 3, soft drop only. Color me impressed. Anyone who thought that speed is everything in Tetris has just been proven wrong. With his mighty 1.27 pieces per second, Firestorm has managed to get to the final 2, and will possibly take a game because Eddie is not the other player in the final 2. It is now Flaming Shuriken versus soft drop only Firestorm. So somehow Flaming Shuriken has the speed advantage here, and if Firestorm wins this, it'll be purely through superior decision making and piece placement. And if he loses this, then poor Eddie now has some competition just because he wasn't able to get top 2. So really, Firestorm could just throw all the matches where he's not against Eddie in the last 2. And if he does that, then potentially Eddie won't get second, which would be pretty BM. But all sorts of shenanigans can happen, I guess, when one person is ahead by that much. But the soft drop only is continuing. And he's actually going to take this, I think. Flaming Shuriken doing his best, but somehow Firestorm has won with 1.26 pieces per second. And he's doing it again. I really want to see what happens if Eddie is the other person left in this soft drop only playstyle. But with the misdrops coming out from Eddie, that seems like it might be not happening. It's okay. In Eddie, we believe. Still a consistent 1.25 pieces per second, soft drop only. For some reason, Jastrus has made Firestorm's score disappear. So I believe he has 17 wins? 18 wins? It's 18-3. Yeah, I think it's 18-3 to zeros across the board. So we're 21 games in. And this will be the 22nd. Unsure why his score disappeared. That's okay. Eddie with the unfortunate misdrop there. And now we have the 1v1 Eddie versus soft drop only Firestorm. I would be very surprised if Eddie drops this, because he has over double the speed advantage, and you know, Eddie's not a bad player, so over double speed advantage, he should be able to take this. I guess we'll see though. Firestorm continues to defy my expectations somehow, so maybe somehow it's still possible. The mighty 1.25 pieces per second. Pokemon fans suggesting that Firestorm should take a shot whenever he presses an input. But as far as I know, Firestorm is younger than 21 years old, so that is illegal. How dare you even suggest such a thing? On a family-friendly stream, we would never condone such an action here at Matrix Esports. Never ever. This is actually a closer 1v1 than it probably should be, but just like that, Eddie finally takes it. The soft dropped only play continues from Firestorm, really proving that piece placement is more important than people think. He has the slowest pieces per second in the game. And is still managing to consistently get top 2. These games are now taking significantly longer though. Eddie keeping his screen pretty clean. Just once again, top 2 is Firestorm versus Eddie. It's interesting because the closer the Firestorm gets to the top of his screen, the faster the soft drop is. Unless he has instant soft drop on, I'm not sure. Eddie doing his best to get through this messy garbage right now. Unfortunate misdrop from him. You know, the advantage of soft drop only is probably that it's almost impossible for him to misdrop. Excuse me. M. Rose has entered the game. Hello, M. Eddie going for the side 4 wide this time, playing Shuriken with the center 4 wide, and Firestorm is continuing his soft drop only. For those of you who are just tuning in, Firestorm already has this whole tournament in the bag. He got 16 wins very early, and it's impossible for him to lose at this point. So he's now going soft drop only in order to allow other people to win, and is showing us that speed is not everything. With his 1 to 1.25 pieces per second every game, has still managed to place top 2 and even has won a game soft drop only. Of course, right as I say that, he gets 5th. But it's pretty incredible watching that consistent piece placement and being smart about your decision making can really go a lot further than people think when this game is known for being very speed based. Damn, M laying down the banhammer. Link is actually very good at free-for-alls. It's too bad he didn't choose to join this extravaganza. Would have been interesting. The score is now 18-6 to zeros across the board, which means there are 6 games left in this Battle Royale. The only people who have gotten wins right now are Firestorm and Eddie. Eddie, of course, receiving the majority of his wins after Firestorm decided to go soft drop only. But for those of you looking to improve in Tetris, I recommend studying the piece placement going on by the soft drop only and the timing that he uses to still make it effective despite the speed differential, and how he's able to still stay competitive despite the speed difference. know I'm learning a lot. In fact, I might do an analysis video on my YouTube channel just based on this. How to Troll by Firestorm and Wowie. These 1v1s are way closer than they should be between Firestorm and Eddie. And the games are now a lot longer. The first 17 or so games went by really quick. Now Eddie has 7 wins. You cannot bet on the winner. And just like that, Eddie leaves. I believe he had 7 wins before he left. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, /S means sarcasm, so Firestorm is not actually banned. And so with his 7 wins and Firestorm's 18, I believe Eddie is already guaranteed at 2nd place. So if anyone can take a game off Firestorm's soft drop only game, then they're actually that's how you get 3rd place. Otherwise it'll be a tie between everyone else for 3rd. I kind of want to try playing against Firestorm's soft drop only. But I need to commentate and manage the stream, you know? So far it seems like Flaming Shuriken is most consistently taking 2nd place now that Eddie's gone. Let's see if he's able to possibly take a game, otherwise he'll just be lost in the masses of the 3rd place tie. The monster that is soft drop Firestorm will continue to reign supreme. T-spin triple coming from him, and a T-spin double to follow it. But gets immediately cleaned up. Very clean garbage. Pushed up towards the top now is Flaming Shuriken. And now it's down to Pokemon Fan versus soft drop only Firestorm. I am very excited for tomorrow's stream. I hope to see some good matches, for sure. For sure it's more interesting than the Battle Royale, for sure. Get to see some adaptations instead of people just mindlessly spamming APM. Not the, I mean Battle Royales are still fun, it's just less intellectual. Flaming Shuriken with a fractal all the way at the top of his screen, channeling his inner Ajamba in that he has actually 0 fear. 0 fear of topping out. Just sets up insane things at the top of the screen. Unfortunate misdrop by Flaming Shuriken is going to spell his doom there. And the other players are running out of time to take 1 victory and secure 3rd place. As Firestorm continues to gatekeep the hell out of it. Excuse my language. For those of you who missed it, Eddie got 7 wins before he had to leave, which guarantees him 2nd place, which I believe there are 4 games left, or 3 games left. We'll see after this game, I guess. The soft drop only terror continues. And we have another 1v1, Pokemon Fan versus Firestorm. Firestorm, soft drop only edition. We see a misdrop actually, even with the soft drop only. Another one. Is he just holding down? He may have just been holding down. Or he's trolling. I actually can't tell at this point. But if Pokemon Fan gets a win here, that could secure him 3rd place. All the money is on the line for Pokemon Fan. All $0. But that misdrop is going to be very problematic for him. 21 to 7 to 0s across the board. The reign of terror continues. There are 2 more chances for someone to potentially take a 3rd place here. Otherwise, everyone else will just tie for last. Looks like Firestorm has paused a little bit. Oh, he's just typing. He's having a good time. Everyone's having a good time. And we're gonna close up the last 2 games of Battle Royale soon enough. Looks like Firestorm actually pushed quite up to the top of the screen now. But joke's on them, because by pushing him to the top of the screen, you've actually made it so that he doesn't need to he doesn't need to soft drop as far. You've actually just unlocked his power level. Now, if Firestorm throws a game here, he actually blows the whole thing wide open for someone to get 3rd place, which is pretty funny. And Razor Synapse has informed me while I'm on stream that there's a new update ready. So now the whole world knows that Razor Synapse would like me to update my software. Good stuff, good stuff. So while we're waiting for these last 2 games to finish up, please note, for those of you who are watching, that the finals of the Matrix weekend will be held tomorrow. I'll be commentating top 8 at approximately this time. And it'll be much more serious than today. Today was very casual commentary, mostly just chatting with you guys. But tomorrow will be more serious, for sure. Some pretty clean field by Firestorm right now. Should be able to clean this one up. Some Swiss cheese garbage on Hansane side. Firestorm had a fractal set up there and sent a pretty good spike. And now we are here for the last match of this Battle Royale for August Matrix weekend. And Firestorm decided to start it off with a perfect clear doing soft drops only. And the second perfect clear. Do I get to see a third? Do I see a third? Oh, I got stuffed. But here's where the third would have been. Maybe instead of doing a battle royale as the fun event, there can be other fun events. Like, I don't know, people have like 20 tries to get as many perfect clears as possible. And whoever gets the most wins. That could be interesting. Oh, the back-to-back fractal execution, I like it. And we have Shink's Flaming Shuriken and Firestorm as the top three. And just like that, Firestorm is your winner. Yeah, team-based fun events are good too. I like teams. Forces people to organize a little bit more. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that Battle Royale event. It was a little bit one-sided. Congratulations to Firestorm for winning it, and I'm sure we'll see him again tomorrow. And congratulations to Eddie for second place. Unfortunately, he had to dip out a little bit early, but he got 7th. So final score is 23 to 7 to 0s across the board. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for top 8 of the Matrix Weekend 1v1 tournament. And I hope you guys have a good night. Thanks for watching.